Hey everyone, it's Lindy and welcome to Rainbow Body today. So today I am so excited to talk about the topic of discernment. So that's what we're going to talk about today, discernment. But before we really get into that, I just want to take a minute and thank my new subscribers. I've got a few new subscribers since I posted my last video, and I just want you guys to know that every time I get one new subscriber, it's like a little celebration and I jump for joy, and I'm just like so excited when you guys subscribe. So thank you so much, and thanks for supporting this YouTube channel and being interested in my content that I have on here. So yes, I have recently been inspired to make a video on discernment, and discernment, of course, is the ability to judge well. So to really be able to decipher, the pepper from the fly shit, just be able to really tell what is truth and what is real true knowledge and what is like pseudo knowledge or propaganda or just not honest. So I have learned a lot of things about what can help you with discernment, and so if you're really looking for help with this, then this is going to be a good video for you to watch, because I have lots of tools and tips and just insight into discernment. So in this day and age with I would say discernment is like almost a necessary quality to have in this day and age. Just with the age of information, the internet, and we have like the world in our hand, very literally with our smartphones and everything like that. And so, lots of whistleblowers are coming forward, and then of course there's fake news and like what news can you trust and things like this. Also, it's really good to have discernment in the new age, because there's so much different information out there, and there are fakes and phonies in the new age. And so how do you discern between who's the real deal and who's just putting on a show, not the real deal? How do you discern between that? Also, with all this political turmoil that's going on in our country and around the world, and our country, I say my country is America, and I know at this point most of my viewers are American, but I'm happy to have viewers from all over the world. But there's a lot of political turmoil going on, and there's just like a lot of stuff like that going on. So discernment is very important. It's a very important quality to have in this day and age, and it can really, really help you just stay on the right path, personal path, but also so it can help you on your personal path and in your personal life. But then discernment can also help you really decipher between the BS and the real stuff, okay? So yeah, it's a very important quality or trait to have in today's day and age. And some people are naturally skilled at this, at discernment, while others are severely misled because they have no discernment. And so we're gonna just kind of break this down and get into why people would be misled and why maybe they lack discernment, and then also some ways that you can just strengthen judging well, or strengthen your discernment abilities and really be able to read the situation or read the information that you're receiving and really be able to discern if this is good information for you or not. So we're just really going to get into that. You know, discernment is an inner spiritual process. So it has everything to do with what's going on inside, okay? So, and how would one go about developing discernment? Well, I'm going to give you a few tips and insights into that. So, what has really helped me develop better discernment? Now, I've always felt that I've been more naturally good at the skill of discerning information. I've been kind of naturally gifted in that, just because I'm an empath. I'm good at reading people and situations and information, etc. But I could definitely have some tips on what can help you strengthen your discernment abilities, okay? So one of them is taking personal responsibility. Taking personal responsibility for your life. And you might think like, well, what does taking personal responsibility for your life have to do with discernment? Well, it actually has a lot to do with discernment. You know, just really getting out of the victim mentality. Now, granted, I understand that there are actual real victims and people go through real victimhood situations here on earth. I understand that, but there's a difference between going through something like that and then having a mentality of victimhood. Okay? When we step out of victimhood, we step into empowerment, self-empowerment. And when we can take personal responsibility for our life, for our actions, just for our being and our life. When we can take personal responsibility for that, we step into a place of being self-empowered. So we step into a place of empowerment when we are actually able to, rather than blame others outside of ourselves, blame others for our situation, our circumstances, anything like that. Looking within is, part of taking personal responsibility. So there's a really magical thing that happens when you really start to take personal responsibility and accountability for your life and wherever you're at in your life. You really just start to step more into alignment actually with your higher self and with the rest of the universe. And so your discernment skills do get stronger when you do this. And then because when you take personal responsibility, then you are really able to kind of see things for what they are. More so. It becomes more so the case. And so, I could get really into taking personal responsibility and how that can be achieved, because it can be a difficult thing to do, to take a look at yourself. And of course, our behaviors and the way we are is really, it can be difficult to see. It's a lot easier to see other people and what's going on the outside. And so that's why it's so common, and a lot of people will just point outward. But when we go inward, that's where the magic happens, of course. So a second tip, what also will help you with this, is being honest with yourself. So honesty is huge. And if you are not being honest with yourself, or you're in denial about something, when we live in denial, instead of honesty, then we can't possibly see how things are dishonest on the outside. So when you are fully honest with yourself and others about just really anything that has to do with you, when you are just an honest person and able to really look at yourself and maybe ways that you could improve, or you could make amends with people, or things like this. When you are honest, then it's a lot actually easier to sense and spot dishonesty when you see it on the outside. So that's gonna help. And being dishonest, it just actually makes it more difficult for you to discern. Another thing that I want to suggest that's really, really helped me, and I know that it will definitely help strengthen your ability to decipher information and find the truth and find true knowledge, is meditation. So we can go within, to take a look at ourselves in a lot of different ways, but meditation is really going to help you stay grounded, but while also staying connected to the cosmos, and really stay balanced and have a clear head. Meditation has so many benefits. I can't even list them here, but meditation also helps you to really see the truth. And then a big one that helps with discernment, or can prevent people from being able to see when they're being duped, or be able to really see the truth or see things for what they are. A big, huge one is beliefs, and limiting beliefs and belief traps. So we're going to get a little bit more into that right now, because that's a really big one. Okay, so let's first just establish what limiting beliefs are, okay? I took some notes here. So first, limiting beliefs or belief traps, what they do is they really prevent people from not only growing, so they prevent you from growing and evolving into like a better version of yourself, but they keep you from discerning well. Okay? They really do. And because beliefs will override finding the truth out every single time. So it will override the truth. If you have a particular belief about something, then any information that you receive that contradicts your belief, any information you receive that contradicts your belief, is going to go out the window. You're not going to be able to really take that in and digest that and look at it as truth, as true knowledge, because the belief will always override finding the truth out about things. So and that's what I mean by limiting beliefs, because when you have limiting beliefs, there is a ceiling on how much you can find out and how much knowledge or wisdom you can acquire about certain things. Whatever the belief is, if you have that belief, then anything around that is going to be hard for you to discover the truth about. And so that's why I call it a limiting belief. Because some beliefs are really healthy, but actually the more beliefs you have, the more you're limiting yourself, your growth and your evolution, the more beliefs you have. So if the more beliefs you have, the more you're going to be hindered, your growth is going to be hindered or stunted, and the more you're not really going to be able to see clearly and figure out the truth about, then I would say it's a good idea to maybe take a look at some limiting beliefs, or ask for guidance from spirit, from source, from the universe. Ask for guidance as to how you find out what exactly these limiting beliefs are. And you can do this in prayer and meditation, or setting an intention in meditation to figure this out, okay? And see what comes up. See how you are limiting yourself. If you really are a truth seeker and really want to know the truth of things, and it's more important for you to know the truth than it is for you to have a belief, okay? So, that's why it's so important to have an open mind. Having an open mind can really take you far, and really trying to take a look at those limiting beliefs, because limiting beliefs, if you don't look at those and you just continue on about in your life with a lot of beliefs about a lot of things, it's going to create a belief trap. That's what it's called, is a belief trap. And so what is a trap? Well, a trap just kind of sucks you in and really hurts you and prevents you from moving on. So, people who have a lot of beliefs kind of stay stuck in a cycle. Okay, it's just like this never-ending cycle. And, let's see here. What else do I want to say about this? Yeah, it must be important to find the truth. And it may not always align with your beliefs, or be convenient or comfortable. Sometimes the truth goes against your beliefs and will make you really comfortable. And what your ego will want to do, your ego does not care about your growth, your progress. Your ego cares about your comfort and this like false sense of security and just feeling secure and comfortable. And that's what your ego cares about. Okay, so your ego can really keep you in your beliefs and comfortability. Sometimes we have to be open-minded enough and really put our ego aside for a minute and take a look at any beliefs or limiting beliefs that we have, if we really want to discover the truth out about things. Beliefs, of course, they are deeply ingrained in us. They really are deeply ingrained in us. And beliefs are also usually beyond what our intellect can comprehend and outside of our awareness. So, we have a lot of beliefs that we're really not even aware of, okay? As crazy as that sounds. And so that's why we have to make a conscious effort into really connecting with our hearts and souls, connecting with our core essence, our core being, connecting with that over thinking about it intellectually. Okay, if we want to find out our limiting beliefs and we want to be able to find the truth out about things and not get doors shut in our face from finding the truth out about things, or even want to find out the truth, we really have to not so much think about it intellectually, but really work on that by asking your heart and asking your soul and really connecting with that part of you, and that is going to help you be able to see what these limiting beliefs could be. So more about beliefs, they literally define and thus also limit what we allow ourselves to believe and interpret as reality. So beliefs limit what we interpret as our reality. So we're not going to accept anything into our reality if it contradicts our beliefs. So that's why it's so important to look at our beliefs and look, kind of feel those out, Yeah, I just say again here, the more beliefs we have, the harder it is to discern knowledge. The more beliefs we have, the harder it is to discern. And discern knowledge, truth, because our ego, once again, will want to feel comfort, reassurance, security. Okay, all those things. Those are constructs of the ego. So once again, we have to put our ego aside. That's a thing with a lot of this stuff. We've got to be willing to put our ego aside, and our ego doesn't do us all the favors. Connecting with our heart and soul is doing us the favors and is really assisting us in our growth and evolution, and our spiritual growth, our emotional growth, our knowledge, growing in our knowledge and our wisdom. And so once again, you can find these limiting beliefs by asking yourself if your opinion or knowledge on something is based on data and facts. That's another great way to tell if you're discerning the information. Is it based on data and facts? Because data and facts, like, if you have a belief about something, but you can't back it up with data and facts, then you might want to question that and look at maybe trying to open your mind a little bit more past that belief, because that could be a limiting belief that you've developed. And I just also want to say that true wisdom resides more in our heart and soul than our intellect. Okay? Heart and soul is where the magic happens. That's where the magic happens. Intellect, it can be helpful, but not with these types of things. Beliefs can really trick us. They can pose as knowledge. But really, beliefs are pseudo-knowledge. Okay? They're not real knowledge. Beliefs are not real knowledge. I think that's all I need to say about discernment today. And wow, the video's getting really long. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how long it was, but I just felt it was really important to make a video on discernment today. In this day and age, there's a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of crazy information, and so I really hope that this video helped you learn some ways to discern information and knowledge better. I really hope that it helped you with that. And of course, I just want to bless your journey of awakening and self-discovery and self-evolution. And may the force be with you as always. And thanks again to my new subscribers. And if you have any more questions about discernment or beliefs or anything like that, leave them in the comment section below. And of course, subscribe if you haven't yet, because subscribing makes me really happy. And share this video with anyone you think it would benefit. So with that, you guys, much love your way. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.